I am here in the beautiful courtyard of Perham Memorial Hospital and Home, and I'm speaking with Deb Herbst, and Deb is the planning and the leader for a wonderful event that's coming up, the first annual Just for Women.
This is our first event for Perham Memorial Hospital. It's a Just for Women event. We've got a fantastic speaker lined up, Deidre Stanton.
Okay.
She's a motivational speaker, and her topic is going to be don't shoot skinny rabbits, in that kind of like don't sweat the small stuff, pick your battles where you want to, let things go. She's just a fantastic hilarious speaker.
Now, what is the date of this, Deb? We should probably back up just to make sure that people know when they should come.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be October 22nd at the Prairie Wind Middle School here in Perham from 5 o'clock in the evening till 7:30. We are offering a light supper in that we're going to have some soup, a build-your-own sandwich, a salad, and a dessert. It is free to the public.
That's great.
But we do ask that you call and make a reservation for this. The number is on our website, along with the contact of Amy Wood that you can email a reservation to. The phone number is 218-346-1104. And Amy will take all the reservations. At this point, we don't have a limit. We're hoping for a fantastic turnout.
Well, it sounds wonderful, and at the Prairie Wind Middle School is just, you know, you can invite a lot of people there.
Oh, it's a beautiful open space.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
let's talk about your speaker. You said she's hilarious. She's going to be talking motivation and not sweating the small stuff. Don't shoot skinny rabbits.
Don't shoot skinny rabbits. That's going to be her topic for the evening. And along with Deidre Stanton, we have some really great booths lined up. We have booths for women's health issues. We have some on menopause. We have some on child rearing. We also have some on economic stress. We have some naturopathic type booths on reflexology, massage. We do have some young women who volunteered their time that are going to give free massages while you're there, so you can get a chance for some relaxation, which all working moms and all women need, especially when you're under a little duress. We have several other booths. Our gift shop from the hospital is going to set up an area. They're going to bring a lot of beautiful items that they will have for sale there. It's just going to be a fantastic event. It's really going to be great. We're very excited.
Now, the hospital is sponsoring this event.
Yes. Yep.
Perham Memorial Hospital. Now, there's no cost, there's no charge for people to come, and so I'm wondering, obviously it's not a fundraiser, what is the motivation?
Our motivation is we want to promote community health. We want to get as much education out there as we possibly can to the community so that you can take better care of yourselves. As much as we love to see you in the hospital, we really don't want to. What better way to keep you healthy, going strong, is to give you the tools you need to take care of yourself. And a lot of these booths that we have lined up are going to do that. They're going to give you the educational materials and the things that you need so that you can take care of yourself. And as women, as you know, we're all under stress, raising kids, families, children, grandchildren.
Often we come
to take
last,
care of yourself.
Put ourselves last, and this is a great way to put ourselves first.
Promotion for the community.
Absolutely, we're worth it, and we have October 22nd from 5 to 7.
5 to 7:30.
5 to 7:30. And when is Deidre going to speak?
Deidre will be speaking from 6:30 to 7:30.
Okay, I just asked that just in case somebody is not able to get there right at 5, or if they work till 5:30, so they don't have to be there the entire time. They can come when they can get there.
And you know, again, if you can, call ahead and make reservations so we know how many to expect. We want to make sure that we have enough lunch and everything to go around for everybody.
We're going to run out of time. Will you give that number one more time, Deb?
Again, the number is 218-346-1104, and it's Amy Wood. Lovely young lady. Please call and leave your reservation with her. And come. This is just going to be the most fantastic event the community's had.
Just for women.
Just for women.
As you probably are aware, we have a levy referendum coming up for the Perham School District 549, and there's a committee called Together for Kids that has gotten together to give the public more information. And my first guest to talk about this is Chuck Johnson, who is the economic development person for the city of Perham. Welcome, Chuck. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us on.
Now, what are some of the reasons that you are so much a proponent for the referendum?
The referendum is just so important to the future of the kids in the community. Education is the cornerstone of everything we do as a society and as a community. Case in point, the quality of the school system is very high. They've built a tremendous academic and extracurricular component here. And that's a strong recruiting tool to bring people to town. For instance, I know there's a doctor that's being recruited, and she wants to come to Perham, from what I understand, and she's waiting to see what happens with the levy referendum.
Really?
Because she and her husband have a couple kids, and they're waiting to make sure that it's a good place to educate their kids. We have a meeting tomorrow morning with another professional that we're looking at trying to recruit to come to Perham. And whether or not that person will come, one of the factors that probably will enter into their thinking is the quality of the education system.
Well,
and that's just so important.
And how much the community is willing to stand behind and make a commitment to that quality for years to come, it sounds
absolutely.
like.
When I talk to professionals or somebody that's coming to town, that's one of, I just brag ruthlessly about the quality of the school system.
Yep.
It's something, if you're thinking about coming to Perham, I just, as strongly as I can, make sure that you're aware that the quality of the school system is superb, and don't worry about it for your kids, because your kids are going to get a great education.
Well, you are the expert on economic development, that's for sure, but we're going to run out of time, but I want you to put your money where your mouth is, and what does it mean to you?
Well, just this morning I looked at what it would cost my wife Darla and I if this levy referendum passes. It would cost us $103 a year, or 30 cents a day. And you know, Kelsey and I just drove up this morning here, and it's from downtown to the school is 7 or 8 blocks, and it probably costs 30 cents to drive the car from downtown up here and back. And that's what it's going to cost for that levy referendum. It's
$103 a year, 30 cents a day. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to Kelsey Clem. We're talking referendum with Kelsey Clem, the city manager of Perham. Welcome, Kelsey.
Thanks, Patty.
Now, why is it that you are in support of this referendum?
Well, again, I think Chuck did a good job explaining for economic development reasons why it's important to have a good school. And again, as city manager, it makes my job easier when we have such a great school here. It is the school of champions, and even though I've only been here now for 2 years, you can definitely feel that presence in the community. And Perham is a very progressive community, and the school reflects that. And you know, supporting the school, supporting this levy referendum, is supporting that progressive nature that we have here in Perham. And again, when people walk into my office, whether it's residential development or commercial development, you would think the first question is about taxes or utilities. Usually the first question is certainly the education system, and whether it's owning a home here, or is it going to be our workforce that's going to be employed at my plant. Those are the first questions they ask. So some people don't realize it. You know, a lot of people will ask, well, I'm sure they want to know about tax incentives. No, they actually want to know about the soccer things, about the education system, the community, and that's why it's important to get behind the referendum, because it's showing our support for that business community and to keep our residential growth.
What if you didn't have a kid in the school, though? What about people who say, you know, that this doesn't apply to them?
Well, everyone's affected by the school, and whether it's your neighbor or a niece, nephew, cousin, there's probably someone that you know that's in the school. You know, my kids Ava's only 2, so I'm not there yet, but at some point, you know, I'm going to want a strong school for her to go to too. And, you know, we have a lot of things going well here in Perham. We have a new hospital going, our industries are expanding, so it's important to keep the school with that same pace. And I think there's been a lot of comments about, you know, is the state going to be able to get us out of this fiscal problem? And it's not. You know, we're looking at over 90% of the school districts in the state of Minnesota already have a referendum, or are going out for a referendum. Yep. You've seen that in all the other communities are either have one or pursuing it. And the state's facing another $4 to $6 billion deficit in this next biennium.
Probably
so
not going to come bail us out on this one, huh?
It's time for locally for us to, you know, kind of take it into our own hands and support our school, and that means a few extra dollars, 30 cents a day, like Chuck said, and support it locally, and that's who's going to benefit is us locally.
Very good. Well, thanks so much, Kelsey, for being with us today on the Perham Show and speaking on behalf of the referendum and speaking as part of the Together for Kids committee that is working so hard to let people know exactly what this is going to mean to them, with or without